You're on the online entrepreneur show. Guess what? You in the mix.
Let me tell you something you already know. The world ain't all sunshine and rainbows. It's a very mean and nasty place, and I don't care how tough you are, it will beat you to your knees and keep you there permanently if you let it. You, me, or nobody is going to hit as hard as life. But it ain't about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. How much you can take and keep moving forward. That's how winning is done. Pain is temporary. It may last for a minute, or an hour, or a day, or even a year. It will stop, and something else will take it. However, it will last forever.
Woo! Got me. Every time. They be getting me with the chill bumps. I don't know about you. But yeah, I love these motivational audios in the morning. Actually, it's a video. All you gotta do is go to YouTube, type in motivational videos. A whole slew of them gonna pop up. They got some by Matt Stoops. I think he's the best. He's one of the first ones to start it up as far as having these motivational videos, and I've seen other people start making motivational videos as well. But there's some good ones on there. It's some very good ones. If you ever feeling down and out, just go on YouTube and type in motivational videos. They're going to have you right. All right, cool. Welcome to the show. Got a couple people on the line. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to unmute the line and just call us, tell us where you're calling in, your name and where you're calling in from.
Line unmuted.
Muted. All right, whoever want to go first.
Well, this is Michael Babcock, also known as Best Marketer in Oregon, and I hope you're doing amazing. I'm sure you can figure out where I'm calling in from.
Awesome, man. Glad to have you on the show.
Hey, this is Wayne. I'm calling from Georgia, man.
Awesome. I talked to you last night, didn't I? This morning? Oh, no. I'm sorry. That was Mississippi. My bad. You say your name is Wayne?
Yeah.
Awesome, man. Glad to have you on the show.
Glad to be here.
Hey, this is Julia Photo with Events International with Keeping It Sexy and Safe and J-Bell Accessories, and just launched Javents Travel in Atlanta.
Awesome. Glad to have you on the show. Cool.
Line muted.
All right, this is a place where we learn and grow together. Entrepreneur Show. We've been doing this for a while now. It's been about a year, a little bit over a year and a month. And yeah, this place is for those who want more out of life. Those who want abundance, don't want any mediocre. Is that you? Then pay attention. We study from these books. Direct from these books, man, that are entrepreneur-based. Stick around and pay attention and learn one or two tips that take your business to another level, because that's the goal of the show, all right? And towards the end of the show, we're going to open up the lines so you can talk about anything that you might took away from today's study. Awesome. Be Here Live. The number is 1-857-232-0158, and the access code is 450717. Once again, the number is 1-857-232-0158. Access code you need to get through the door is 450717. All right, now get back with the person that brought you to the show for the replays, and also get back with the person that brought you to this show for money-making opportunities, because we got them. We all got them. All right? And if you had an opportunity and you like, Nike, I'm cool where I'm at. I ain't trying to be jumping from this opportunity and that opportunity. We'll get back with the person that brought you to the show on information on how you can get better at what you're already doing. We got training on that, okay? All right, awesome. Let's go ahead and dig on in. We reading from this book. It's called the Book of Facebook Marketing. Now, when I see this book, I'm like, okay, it has potential. But then I start skimming through it. I'm like, oh, he going to drop some jewels on this one. He going to drop some nuggets. It's talking about to help your business and put your life on fire. That's the content of this book. And support your authors. We study it from these books. However, you can actually go and get the book and read along with us. I looked up and see how much this book was for Kindle, It's 99 cents. So you can just grab it and read along. It's right next to the replays. Get back with the person that brought you to the show for access to get the book. And also, as you grab the book, know that you can get Kindle for free. I don't know if you knew that, but all you have to do to get Kindle for free is go to your app store and look up Kindle and download it. That's all you have to do. And also, you can download it for your computer screen. Because I'm reading it from the computer screen right now. You can download it from your computer. All you have to do is go on Google, look up how do I download Kindle for my PC, and it'll pop up, and just go through little prompts. It's easy peasy. For doing that, get back with the person that brought you to the show. We're going to make sure that you get a free book on us. It might not necessarily be this book, but we'll make sure you get a free book that's niche specific about making money online or something like that, okay? Awesome! All right, let me set this time. We're going to go ahead and get into this reading. I don't have too many tabs open, but I got enough open to keep me busy. I got to make sure I don't have as many tabs open. I sure do. All right, and thank you for tuning in to the show. All right, got the timer set. You know, I feel like I need to give you a quick recap of what we was talking about yesterday. Only because this isn't like the typical book. This is more storyline driven. And then as I skim through, I see that he's going to go into the details and the how-tos of how to crush it on Facebook. And I'm not sure when, but it was hard to find a break. We had to just kind of break it up. It wasn't like a chapter ends every couple minutes. It was actually a long, drawn out chapter about his life. Now this cat, he was like $50,000 in debt. He was telling a story of how he was the man around his city. He was in a small town, and he started this card business. And he said it was a pain. Like he was literally hitting the pavement, getting carried out of stores to try to get his company off the ground. And what he did, he created a Groupon or a coupon where he was soliciting stores to put discounts on this card, and the customer could buy the car for $20 and in turn get discounts from various stores in the neighborhood. Now he set it up to be a win-win-win. It was a win for the store owners for having their company on the card, to where customers would come in and solicit them because they was on the card, and in return they would get a discount. So it was a win for the customer because they would get a discount for going to these stores that they normally wouldn't get. Okay, so it was a win for the customer, win for the business, and then it was a win for him because he got his compensation. And then there was also a win for charity because half of that money, 50% of the money, went to a charity. And it was actually a charity of the person's choice, the person that bought the car. They could choose what charity the money went to. So it was like a triple win, a quadruple win, because he won too, because he was making money off the idea. So he's going into how his experience with it, and there was somebody that contacted him to up the business, and how he was telling how he should have listened to his gut, basically, because his gut was saying don't F with him. Sometimes I cuss. So if there's ever a time where I could slip and cuss, I'm just giving you forewarning. I cuss, but I'm trying to curb it, and definitely I don't want to cuss too much on the show. But he was sitting at a boardroom table with some folks that was trying to put him in a position to I don't want to give it away too much, but put him in a position that he wasn't used to. And they were telling him that he needed to be on TV. He needed to turn up on TV, radio, and blah, blah, blah. And basically this was a word of mouth company. And he got to where he was being very profitable off of word of mouth, and they was trying to take it to another level that he wasn't used to. And he was saying, well, maybe I should listen to them. That they know more than me. And that's basically where we're starting off today. I'm pretty sure he's going to say, without trying to give the spoiler away, I'm pretty sure he messed up his money listening to them. All right, so let's go ahead and start off here. It says, in 2006, with just enough time to learn the industry, get my license, and work my tail off to get completely annihilated in the market crash of 2007, so I didn't have a whole lot of funds to invest. All right, they're trying to get him to invest and spend all this money on his marketing. So I think they was just trying to take his money for real. I said, but a true entrepreneur will always find a way despite the challenges in front of him. Since I already had spent a ton of money to start the NU perk card, that's the card I was talking about, I was personally tapped out. So I decided to use credit cards. Oh, my God. No, he didn't. No, he didn't. After exhaustive conversations with plummeting profits, I was sure that this was merely a cash flow. You know, when somebody hit me on Facebook, and normally I wouldn't check, but we've been having sound issues. Okay, I was just making sure it wasn't one of y'all saying something about. Welcome to the call. We already started up. I heard you come through the door. I can't hear you, but we reading from this book. Continuing on. But a true entrepreneur will always find a way despite the challenges in front of him. Since I had already spent a ton of money to start NU Perk Card, I was personally tapped out, so I decided to use credit cards. After exhaustive conversations with plummeting profits, I was sure that this was merely for cash flow. I would have the money back within 30 days, and then I could just simply pay off the credit cards. Can you guess what happened next? Plummeting profits is fairly obvious foreshadowing, yes. As I looked over the media buy schedule, I noticed we were advertising to the entire state of Connecticut, which seemed odd. I argued that the marketing was untargeted because my NU Perks cards worked only in West Hartford, Connecticut. But they said, Face, Gordon, Constanza, and Mr. Bean, these are the characters of, this is a true story, and he renamed all the characters, like, because he didn't want to put them on blast, I guess, so he named them like character names. So these aren't the actual real name of the company or the real name of the people that this actually happened with. All right, so Faith Gordon gets Constanza and Mr. Bean. You don't understand. If you want to sell cars, you have to advertise here. Me? But why do we have to advertise to the entire state when we could just advertise on cable and advertise TV commercials just to West Hartford? Faith Gordon, Constanza, and Mr. Bean. This is where we know people will take action and buy. These are less targeted, but this is more effective. The logic here didn't make sense. But again, I figured that maybe I should get out of my own way and trust them. They have my best interest in mind. Oh, Lord. So here we are, the big moment. I triple-checked that the DVR was set to record the 6 o'clock news because that was where my commercial would air multiple times. I turned off all other distractions and waited for my big moment. Just imagine if you had a commercial that aired during the Super Bowl and you put your entire life savings on it. Shoot. Just imagine that you had your life savings on it plus a total of $30 in credit card debt. I was literally on the edge of my seat. And then, bam, the NU Perks card of West Hartford danced across the screen. Woohoo! There it was, my big moment. It went by a little faster than I thought it would, but I guess that's what happens when it's only 15 seconds long. Then, as we were watching a bit later, boom, we saw that little car dance past us again on TV. Woohoo! I was picturing all the money that would be bringing in from the charity. I was fantasizing about which charity would be the most popular, wondering how many thousands would be in the merchant account. I was picturing paying off the credit cards and some of the startup expenses with the other half of the revenue that came in. I whistled and skipped over to my computer and pulled up my merchant processor that showed the money that came in from the NU Perks card sales. I was totally sure there must have been an error. It showed 0 sales. There had to have been a mistake. I just spent $10,000 on production and fees and another straight $10,000 in advertising for 7 days. I was thinking I would have made at least a couple thousand in car sales per day. So I kept refreshing, thinking it must be slow to report. And I tried to call them, but they weren't open. As soon as I woke up the next day, I ran to my computer again and refreshed the display. Still nothing. This is so freaking weird, I thought. I called up the merchant processor to ask them about sales. Nope, nothing has been processed in the last 24 hours, sir. What do you mean? I asked, what could that be? Well, it's pretty clear, said the merchant. Nothing has been processed since last morning. I hung up. Nothing was making sense. So I called Plumbing and Profits, me. Hey, Face, what's happening? Did something go wrong? Did we not air as much as we were supposed to or something? Face, nothing's wrong. It hasn't even been a day yet. You need to relax. Give the advertising time to work. We never received a frantic call like this early. Me, what do you mean this early? Do other people call you frantically like me that are in this position? Face, no. I'm not going to entertain this conversation. I'll talk to you after the results from the week are in. Dang, he killed him. So for a minute, I thought maybe, just maybe, there was still hope. Days go by with no sales, and I'm totally sweating bullets. We're approaching the 7th day, which means I burned through $10,000 with no results, no money for charity. The day before the call with Plumbing and Profits, I went to the mailbox and saw a handwritten note, which was odd. Who still does that, I thought. I opened it up. To my surprise, it was NU Perk card sale. It was a sweet old woman out in the Shire, Connecticut, which is about an hour drive from West Hartford. I have no idea how she found my address or why she didn't use the website, but it was a sale. Imagine the feeling of spending $10,000 and holding a $20 check in your hand, of which half goes to charity. My return on investment was exactly negative 990%. Receiving that check was a wake-up call. I remember that there wasn't some major malfunction in the website or delivery of ads. I called Plumbing and Profits the next day for my 1-week anniversary of losing $10,000 in ad spending plus $10,000 in production costs and fees. It was World War III on the line. I was freaking out because I had financed it all with credit cards, and they didn't seem to care about it. They kept saying the money had been spent. I needed to sit tight because it had only been a week, and we needed to keep going. If this wasn't crazy enough, they wanted me to invest more money into a TV commercial to increase my frequency. Face, Goring, Costanza, and Mr. Bean, Nick, we warned you. Your budget is too small. You need to invest more. Me, Face, are you freaking nuts? I'm into this for $20,000 after 7 days, and I got 20 cards, a $20 car sale, which 10 goes to me and 10 goes to charity. You're seriously telling me to invest more? It was a disaster. I couldn't get back my last $10,000 for the ads that were airing on week 2. I had to sit back and watch another $10,000 dwindle away as the advertisement for my dream business that was designed to help others dance across the TV screen. In week 2, I sold 13 cars. For a grand total of 14 cars sold in 2 weeks, of a total of $30,000 budget. That's $280, and the gross revenue of $140 went to charity. Is that what those goons were talking about when they said frequency? Unbelievable. So what went wrong? Did my website not convert well enough? Was it the offer? Was it me? Nope, it was the medium. The TV commercials were simply not targeted. Why on earth would someone in a different town buy my card? Not only were the TV commercials not targeted, but they also did not appeal to the specific target market either. Any person sitting in front of the TV watching the nightly news anywhere in Connecticut is not a targeted prospect. My intended target market was moms aged 27 to 50 that lived in West Hartford and were the ones making the household buying decisions and shopping in local Westford Hartford stores. Keep noting that this night talking here, that is a very key valid point. I just do not want you to not get that point. You need to target your market. You need to talk specifically to people in your market, and even know them to the point where you know they're ethnicity. There we go. There with the tongue twister. what race they are, without being stereotypical or anything. But you need to know what race you're talking to. You need to know the age range you're focusing on. Don't try to sell to everybody because it doesn't work. Okay, it'll do more harm than good. Know specifically who you're targeting for your audience. Okay. All right, let's keep going. It did not happen as intended, but I had to move on. I'm the kind of guy who always tries to find the positive behind adverse impacts, the silver lining, the blessings in disguise. If you're an entrepreneur, having this attitude is absolutely imperative. Otherwise, you get taken out before you're first knocked down. You have to get good at getting up faster than faster every time you face hits the canvas after taking a big mean right hook. So even though I was now sweating bullets about my new 30,000-pound friend I called Johnny Depp, I couldn't let it stop me. I had to put a smile on my face and keep this dirty little secret to myself. Nobody knew, not my parents, not my girlfriend, and at the time, not my friends. Ooh, he a good one. He kept that to himself. Nobody. I kept it all in, and I put my smile on my face and continued with nothing more than blind faith that I would figure it out and that I would discover the hidden blessing. That's all you can do. What's done is done. Playing the victim right there would have conceded defeat, destroyed my drive, and inevitably led to an even faster downward spiral. So I went back to the grassroots marketing plan using earned media or word of mouth. It fit my dire financial straits. Word of mouth, sure. Word of mouth was sure cost effective. People were telling people about it, and it didn't cost me anything. Quite the contrast from plummets and profits approach. So as I was doing my thing, I met with a web developer who was freaking out because the hosting costs were coming out of his end. Weird Al, the web developer, Nick, how much money are you spending on your ads? Your traffic is in the tens and tens of thousands. I haven't seen anything like it. Me, well, I spent $20,000 in direct media buying. Weird Al, yeah, you told me that ended, right? Me, yes. My mind was racing. Why was the traffic so high? Were the ads still showing? Was plummeting profits still charging me for more ads? I hoped and prayed that wasn't the case. I demanded that they stop. And they didn't have my permission to spend on my credit card. I quickly called plummeting profits, freaking out that they were still advertising, but they assured me that they weren't. I told Weird Al, and we were totally perplexed. Why on earth was I getting all this traffic? For all of you thinking, duh, look at Google Analytics. Keep in mind that this was the early 2008. It was like my first website. My web developer wasn't too helpful, if you know what I mean. What I did learn was Google Analytics, though, was what I did learn through, I read this so wrong. What I did learn from Google Analytics, though, was I was receiving a tremendous number of daily visitors to the site because I ranked on the first page of Google. Ooh, ding, ding, ding. That's something to remember. All right, then I got a package in the mail. Have you ever received one of those fancy overnight packages that you have to sign for? Well, at this point in my life, it was a rarity, and I thought it could be something exciting. So there I was, tearing open this big official package as if it was Christmas, and I pulled out this bag, a fat stack of papers, as if things couldn't get worse. It was a cease and desist order for trademarking infringement, along with a threat of huge lawsuit because my name was similar to another company's. Ooh, wee. My heart sank. I felt the worst feeling in the world, like I was going to instantly lose everything in my life, along with the sense that I was going to jail and would be shamed out of my community and family. I will never forget that feeling. I was freaking out. And I called them up immediately. Excuse me, sir, they said. We need to speak to your legal team. Me? My legal team? What? Dude, I'm 26 years old, and I just lost everything in this little business where all I'm trying to do is raise money for charity. Why are you doing this to me? There's nothing to take. I'm a negative $30,000 on this project, and now it doesn't look like I'm going to make it. Larry the lawyer, well, you see, your little company is stealing all of our traffic, and it's costing us money, lots of it. Me? What on earth do you mean? Larry the lawyer, on Google, your site is outranking us and stealing our traffic. I was thinking, oh, holy moly. So that's why I'm still getting all the traffic to the website. Me, okay, cool. So how can I make it stop? How do I get off the first page of Google? I'm not selling many cars anyway, and it's all through word of mouth. Larry the lawyer, I don't know, but if you continue to sell used these cars, you will find yourself in court. I ended up acting as my own lawyer, which was not a good idea at all. The problem was that EU First Car was taking away their traffic. I must have been the only entrepreneur in history that was trying to get off the first page of Google. Ain't that the truth? After a while, their attorney ended up feeling pretty bad for me in the situation. I wasn't a threat to them. I wasn't even doing anything close to what they were doing. but I was still infringing on their trademark. I had no choice but to take down the website and stop the business. Ooh-wee. The crazy part is that when I first started the business, I had an attorney help me set up the LLC and do the name search. I inquired about the trademarking it, and he said, nope, wait until you prove the concept. It's expensive. Well, yeah, somewhat. Anyway, that same attorney did me a favor by setting up an LLC and name search for free. It turned out that the free work isn't the best work because I had no recourse on him. I used him specifically to prevent something like this from happening, but because I used to be in real estate and we did some business together, he did me a favor. He even asked Plumbing the Profits about the trademark, and they had the same reply. Wait until you prove your concept, buddy. Bad advice all around. And so at this point, I found myself with a business that just failed. There was no way to claw the cars back from people, so at least some money was raised for his charity, though my earned media approach and consumers and business owners were happy. As for me, I was stuck with my new friend Johnny Depp and his $30,000 price tag. Also, let's not forget that in 2008, bottom fell out on the economy, and credit card interest rates quickly doubled, as did the minimum payments. So there I was, totally screwed. It was the moment of truth. I had a conversation with the bankruptcy attorney, and she said that I would be absolutely crazy to try to come out of this. I had no income, no job, no way to get a job because I had been doing all of these entrepreneurial ventures. I looked her in the eye and said, winners always find a way to win. I'll figure it out. So there I went, off to my next adventure. That was deep. Winners always find a way to win, so I'll figure it out. Remember that I said what I said about finding the blessing in disguise? Well, after the conversation, I found it. My empathy was twofold. Number one, traditional ads. I realized that traditional marketing was completely broken. It obviously was a disaster for me, but how many aspiring entrepreneurs were having their dreams taken away because they used traditional advertising agencies? I kept thinking there has to be a better way. How could business owners accept that losing money in advertising was normal? They call it good for branding, and apparently accept this type of advertising was going accepted that this type of advertising was going to lose money. They simply budgeted how much they wanted to lose. I couldn't even fathom that business would be conducted that way. Number two, online marketing. Once I had the empathy that traditional advertising was a losing proposition, I pulled the plug on the wasteful TV commercials, and it still got much, if not more, traffic by being on the first page of Google. That traffic and volume were so high that it caught the attention of another company who then threatened a lawsuit. What would have happened if I had gotten on the first page? If I had gotten in the first page of Google for a relevant offer? My new mission was to embark on an intense pursuit to find answers to these questions. My goal was to find a better way to find a solution to the problem of traditional advertising. I knew that since the economy was in the toilet, there would be lots of people and companies that would love to pay for the solution. So I went in search of my holy grail. I started Googling internet marketing and found myself down about 1 million rabbit holes. It was the wild, wild west of a totally new frontier. The more I Googled on the topic, the more self-proclaimed gurus I found. Everyone was talking about making millions online. After wading through the freight trains of BS and baloney, trying to find out how to market real, legitimate products and services online, I came to the realization that I had to undergo an intense self-education process to truly understand everything about online marketing. I went significantly further into debt to pay for it. I figured that if I could learn a skill, I would never be upside down like this again. As the Mama Nay saying goes, give a man a fish and you'll feed him for a day. Teach a man to fish and you'll feed him for a lifetime. Unfortunately, after purchasing numerous courses and spending endless hours of study over the course of the next year, I still had not found a solution. I found myself completely overwhelmed and even more broke than when I started, since my only income was working part-time selling homes as a realtor to keep the lights on. All right, let me see where we at, because I know the time went off. And this one of them books I was telling you in the beginning that it keep going and going and going. There's really no place to stop you up. It's going to keep going and going and going. I love Kindle. Get your Kindle. It's free. If you ain't getting out from the show, I'm sure you did get a couple tips. We're going to open up the lines in a minute. Go ahead and grab Kindle. It's free. Download it you can download it to your phone. Just look in your app store. You download it to your computer. Just Google it on Google. How to get Kindle for free. And get back with the person that brought you to the show. The first book is on us, or whoever brought you to the show. All right, cool. Get you a book specific to your niche. All right? Just for taking action, man. Leaders or readers. All right, let's go ahead and open up these lines. If anybody took anything away from the show, you can let us know.
Line unmuted.
A couple key points. Go ahead. You can talk. Oh, the lines is open.
Apologize for being late, but I learned a lot. Can't wait until the next show. I'm definitely going to get my book, so it'll take me a little while. Bear with me, but this is Shia Siddle calling in from Massachusetts.
Okay, cool. Awesome. Yeah, Monday through Friday, 10:30 a.m. Eastern. All right, cool. Anybody else take anything away from the show?
I got some notes here for you, Nykel. The ones that I got was targeting your traffic. That's a big one, especially if you're getting into paid advertisement. Track your results when you're targeting your traffic as well, because you can target your traffic to the closest demographics that you're looking for, and then run advertisements to that for a week or two and realize that maybe you're targeting women when you should be targeting men, and maybe you're targeting the ages 18 to 24 when maybe you should be targeting the ages 30 to 45. So definitely keep track of your results, and I'm pretty sure the book's going to go into that here pretty soon. And ranking, the one thing that I got, I ran into this last summer actually. There's a service, I forget the name of it. I think it was Tell Mobile or something, that I wasn't even a member of. I was doing some research for a team member of mine, someone I was doing some consulting for. And I was ranking on the first page of Google. It wasn't even number 1. It was number 3 for something like unlimited cell phone service or something like that. And I had 2 people give me a call off of one of my YouTube videos for that, which was pretty cool because I got one of them signed up into my primary, which is a CPA offer. And the other thing is if you Google frustrations with the Verizon prepaid to postpaid migration, I didn't think that would ever be any ranking or anything that would ever help me out or anything. But I've noticed that one of my sites, which is called empoweringtheblind.com, that I wrote about a frustration that I had from trying to get a phone number transferred from a prepaid account to a postpaid account. One of those articles brings me at least 20 to 40 hits a day. And I wrote that article back in 2013. Now, people go from that article and they go to different articles on that website as well, which is pretty cool.
Awesome, man. Thanks for your feedback. Yeah, the Google, getting on the first page of Google is very powerful. And, that's definitely something to consider as you are becoming an online entrepreneur, to be able to rank high on that Google. That's a bad mamma jamma.
Yeah, it is.
And that was a great point, because that's something that I just started narrowing down too, with the target traffic and getting the demographics right. So thank you for that.
Awesome. Anybody else care to share what they might have took away from today's study?
This is Julie in Atlanta. I think what I actually took away from it, basically, trust who you're giving all that type of money to, first of all. Make sure you research that company and make sure that you get, I guess, basically some good references, first of all. But me as a startup person, I don't think I would invest that type of money to start off with. I think I would work more towards the targeting my market and, of course, getting at the top of the Google page, first of all. And word of mouth, I would start out that way. And then, of course, later on, I would go ahead and put myself in there slowly. But, oh, my gosh, $30,000, $10,000 here, $10,000. That's just blowing away money at the very beginning, especially since he says, basically he didn't even really know the guys, really, to be honest with you. And sometimes we go by word of mouth, which I've done before. I've gone by word of mouth of someone who recommended someone to me as far as the marketing side, and gave the person some money. And I looked at it like this. It wasn't a lot. So, I said, if I lose it, I lose it. That was my attitude, because I didn't really know the person, but I was referred by someone that I did know. And just like I thought, the person got the money and didn't hear from her no more. So I was thinking to myself, okay, it was just a little bit of money. So, now she knows she won't get my business again, because I have other things that I'm working on, and I know that that'll be somebody I can, really use for marketing, but now I know not to, And I would call her and call and no answers. I was like, okay, she just fell off the face of the earth. So, yeah, I can relate to the story.
Yeah, I think we all can. Yeah, don't put up any more than you can afford to lose.
Exactly. Mhm.
All right. Anybody else care to share?
I think the economy and in 2008 really helped our generation or people who are online now marketing learn that lesson, because if you didn't experience losing everything in that economy fallout, then you've seen people who did experience it. So, I mean, it's a lesson to be learned and something to pass on to future generations.
Cool.
Exactly.
All right, we're going to go. If there's anybody else that wants to share real quick, we can. If not, we're going to go ahead and wrap this call on up. All right, going once, going twice. All right.
Line muted.
All right, cool. Has some valid key points that we can take away from on today's show. Hope that, you paid attention and learned something. Be Here Live. We're doing this Monday through Friday, 10:30 a.m. Eastern. Figure out what time it is for your time zone. You need this number, 1-857-232-0158. And the access code is 450717. All right, 1-857-232-0158. And the access code is 450717. All right. What else I have to say? Get back with the person that brought you to the show for the replays. Also, get back with the person that brought you to the show for money-making opportunities, because we got them. We all got them on the line, I'm sure. And also get back with the person, if you got your own opportunity, you cool where you at. We got training on how to get better and get increased sales, more eyeballs on your product and service. We got training, and get back with the person that brought you to the show for that, okay? I think that's all the announcements for today. We got a second half of the show that is not recorded, so those that are here, stay on board. And those that aren't here, we'll see you on the next one. Yeah.
Conference record.